There's been reports by staff that he's been responding to internal stimuli. Last night he didn't sleep all that well, and I can we can all understand that if you have an upcoming court hearing, you'd be like, I can understand the anxiety of the upcoming court hearing, that I wouldn't sleep all that well. But then he threw away all his clothes. And when asked why he threw away all his clothes, he did not respond to my staff. He just walked away.
Okay. All right, this is case number 25CR42860, the State of Ohio versus Brandon Woolley. Mr. Woolley is before the court with his counsel, Mr. Aldridge. Mr. Nicholson, on behalf of the State of Ohio, we're here at the request of a summit for medication. Ms. Nicholson?
Your Honor, yes, I do have a copy of the report that we will submit, and then I would call Dr. Jarrod Warren.
Doctor, come on up.
Raise your right hand. You swear from the testimony you're giving these proceedings to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Can I have a seat, please? There's water if you need it.
Go ahead, Ms. Nicholson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon. Could you please tell us your name, spelling your first and last name for the record?
My full name is Jarrod Warren, Jarrod. Last name Warren, Warren.
And where are you currently employed?
Summit Behavioral Health Care.
In what capacity?
I'm an attending psychiatrist.
And how long have you been with Summit?
5 years and some change.
And in your capacity as a psychiatrist at Summit, are you part of the team, or are you the treating physician for an individual by the name of Brandon Woolley?
Yes.
And has he been admitted to Summit?
Yes, he was admitted on July the 6th of this year.
Okay. And what is the purpose of Mr. Woolley's admittance to Summit?
Restoration of competency.
And how has that been going since he was admitted on July 6th?
Poorly to limited.
And why is that?
On admission, Mr. Woolley refused medications, does not believe him to be a mentally ill individual, and that he has grown out of his diagnosis of schizophrenia. Multiple attempts to try to redirect that this is not something you really grow out of, that it is something that is lifelong, chronic, and can be very neurodegenerative if not properly treated. But he has refused that. He had been non-adherent to medications while incarcerated, but he had taken most of them. And then from records what I got from jail, about the beginning of June, he stopped all medications, all medical, all psychiatric medications.
And was that on the advice of from what you could tell from the records, a physician, or was that Mr. Woolley's choice?
It was his choice.
And do you believe, is it your professional opinion that you are able to successfully treat Mr. Woolley and work towards restoring him to competency if he is not properly medicated?
If he is not properly medicated, no.
And do you believe, based on the kind of his lack of awareness of his mental illness, that he is in a position to make those decisions for himself at this time?
He is not in the position to make those decisions.
Did you provide a letter to the court kind of outlining why you believed medications were appropriate, and then outlining the medications that you would attempt with Mr. Woolley?
Yes.
I'm going to show you that. I will mark it as States 1, or if it wants to be Court 1, but...
Let's make it as Court 1.
Okay. And just look at that, and is that the letter that you prepared?
Yes, this is it. This is it.
Okay. And so I know on page 2 and then into page 3 and 4 of that letter, there is a long list of medications.
That is correct.
And it would not be your position that Mr. Woolley is going to take all of those medications. Is that correct?
No.
What is the purpose in listing all of these medications?
The purpose of listing these medications is to provide a list of medications for the court, so that if a medication were to have no or even just a partial effect, for symptom remission or control, that we don't have to come back to the court to petition the court again for another medication.
Is it your goal to find the medications that work best for Mr. Woolley?
Yes.
And how would you go about doing that?
Well, we looked at his history. He was with us in 2021 and on a medication called Abilify Maintena, and then most recently he was on from Northwest Ohio Behavioral Health Care in Toledo, where he was restored to competency with medications. He was on Haldol, Zyprexa, and Depakote. The theory or the working clinical decision here is that if there is a presence of a second-generation antipsychotic, I can avoid polytherapy, just have one agent, which is why I want to go initially with medication called Invega, which comes also in a long-acting injectable to help maintain adherence. So with that, hopefully we will get symptom remission, and I don't have to add any other medications. But from prior hospitalizations, he's required multiple medications, including mood stabilizers, first and second generation antipsychotics.
And if Mr. Woolley were to have some adverse reaction to any of those or not respond to those, you would not continue with those, you would switch and try to find something that would work.
That's correct.
That's correct. And then you are also asking the court for the ability to conduct essentially lab work and other diagnostic testing to ensure that Mr. Woolley is responding okay to the medications.
Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Mr. Aldridge?
Thank you, Your Honor. Doctor, to your knowledge, has Mr. Woolley taken any medications while he's been at Summit?
No, he's not taking any medications.
Okay. And I believe you said even at the jail, going back to at least June, he had stopped taking all medications?
Yes.
Okay. And it's your understanding that he's opposed to any medications at this time, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I attempted to talk to him again yesterday, but he refused to talk to me when I mentioned this court hearing.
Okay. Has he communicated with you at all on why he is opposed to those medications?
He has communicated on multiple interviews that he has no symptoms and that he has either stopped being schizophrenic or grown out of being schizophrenic.
Okay. And have you observed any such symptoms?
As he has continued his hospitalization, he is becoming more bizarre. He was going to groups and actually like somewhat participating. Now he's not participating at all in the groups. There's been reports by staff that he's been responding to internal stimuli. Last night he didn't sleep all that well, and we can all understand that if you have an upcoming court hearing, you'd be like, I can understand the anxiety of the upcoming court hearing, that I wouldn't sleep all that well. But then he threw away all his clothes. And when asked why he threw away all his clothes, he did not respond to my staff. He just walked away.
Okay. Of the lengthy list of medications that you requested permission for, of those, you kind of called out the Invega injection. Is that one of the primary ones you intend to start with?
That's the one I am hoping that will provide the most symptom relief. Actually, it's based on his previous treatment history, but the goal with any kind of medication management is that we don't pile on as many medications as possible. We find something that works for you.
Okay.
And that's where I wish to start.
Are you anticipating starting with any other medications other than that Invega shot?
Well, oral medications for Invega first, that allows me to actually dose it a little bit more accurately, and then I can dial in a long-acting injectable based on the oral dose equivalent.
And that answers my next question on the preference between oral and injection. You're going to start with the oral, then move towards the injection?
That is the goal.
Okay. To your knowledge, does Mr. Woolley have any known allergies to any of the medications you requested?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. Are you requesting any additional treatments such as ECT or the like?
No ECT.
Okay. Does Summit even perform that?
We used to have that capability, but in the context of restoration of competency, we don't typically utilize that.
Okay. No further questions.
Anything else?
Nothing additional,
All right, Doctor, thank you, sir. You may step down. Anything else, Ms. Nicholson?
other than what has been
Give me that.
indicated as Court's Exhibit 1.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Aldridge, does the defense have anything to offer?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Again, I'll just note my client's opposition to the medication.
All right. At this time, the court finds that the defendant lacks the capacity to make the decision with regard to the medications. The court finds that the medications are necessary in order to restore the defendant to competency, so the court will order the medications using the means by which Summit deems most appropriate at this time. The court also will order that the blood testing be done in order to for Summit to be able to monitor the effectiveness of the prescribed medications. Is that right? That was the purpose of it, is to gauge that. Okay. Ms. Nichols, is there anything else we need for the order?
I don't believe so. I think that should be sufficient.
Okay. Mr. Aldridge, anything?
Nothing else.
Was there something else you guys wanted to bring up to the court?
Yes, Sharon, the alleged victim is present. She is Mr. Woolley's mother. She would like the no contact order modified so that they can have phone contact. She is trying to manage some of his financial and insurance affairs and needs to be able to speak with him regarding that.
Does the defense have any objection?
No objection.
Do we need to put anything on the record from Ms. Kennard? Is that stated accurately?
That is accurate. We've had that conversation, and that is her request.
And she is present in the courtroom?
That's correct.
And her name is?
Diana Woolley.
Okay. All right, the court will allow the modification of the no contact order between the alleged victim and the defendant in this case for whatever purpose is necessary to accomplish whatever she needs, okay? So limited contact with the defendant, okay? Anything
Your
else?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Aldridge?
Nothing else?
All right, thank you all.
That's it.